We're in the Keys!
We're in the Keys!
We're down at Islamorada, baby. We're down here to catch some spiny lobsters. We've always wanted to do this, never had a chance to do it. We're gonna go out on the dirty boat today and see if we can't make it happen. What do you think?
Stay tuned, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be a good one. If you're like us and you never tried this before, the Florida Keys can be a great place to learn to dive for lobsters because you can free dive and do it without tanks because you're doing it in moderate depths. We were after lobsters that were holed up in grass beds in about 12 feet of water. It's easy to spot the grass beds just looking for the color change. Equipment-wise, if you're free diving, you really don't need much. If you came down here with absolutely nothing, there's an entire aisle in Publix dedicated to free diving and lobster equipment. Fortunately, the dirty boat had some for us in some snazzy colors.
Dude looks like a lady!
Go ahead. As far as what you do need, and I'm just pointing out the obvious here, snorkel mask and fins, lobster motel to keep your catch, a tickle stick and a measuring device, and a net. That's it. The approach is pretty straightforward. You swim along above the grass beds and look for the antenna on the lobsters sticking out from under the ledge. If you're like me, I figured out pretty fast that spotting them and getting to them were two different things. If you have trouble getting down to the bottom, drop your gear. Swim down and pick it up as you go to get the lobsters. Once you spot them, and be forewarned, these suckers are fast. The basic idea is to coax them gently out of their hole with the tickle stick until you can position the net behind them. Once you're in position, you're going to use the tickle stick to spook them, and they're almost always going to escape straight backwards, hopefully into your net. We found out that a good approach is to work as a team. Once you locate one, if you can't get to him immediately, come on back to the surface and coordinate a plan with your other divers.
Yeah, that ledge is deep. God, I'm about to go. Get that one. Yep. Yeah, he's legal.
I mentioned before that everybody in the water has to have a measuring device. And trust me, the Florida Wildlife Commission takes this stuff seriously. You have to measure these lobsters in the water. You're looking for a lobster that's 3 inches or greater from just behind the horns to the end of the carapace. If they don't measure, they gotta go right back.
Everywhere! Stay down! I gotta go again. Oh yeah.
Even beyond the lobsters, diving in the Keys gives you the opportunity to see some amazing things under the water, and you won't regret it.
That starfish was crazy.
Yeah, it's a Bermuda starfish.
I was like, yeah, I don't see a starfish. Oh, it's a starfish! Oh my god!
Oh my goodness, look at that guy. Yeah, he's big. That is a big boy.
That'll about do it, baby. Everybody got their limit, man. I'm pumped. I don't have quite the lung capacity that I think I need to do this over and over again, but I think I'll get better at it with time. Man, it was awesome. I cannot wait to get out here and do this again. Now I'm excited to cook these lobsters. Great day, baby. Let's see how we did. Big boy, purple. Get him. Nice, beautiful. The reason that they're called spiny lobsters, you get up here toward the front, they've got these forward-facing spines, right? Points on there. And this is part of how they defend themselves against predators. In addition to tucking so far back up in there under a ledge that you can't get to them with a tickle stick. And that's why they're called spiny lobsters. Their method of propulsion is just like a giant shrimp. They curl that tail and it pulls them backwards through the water just like that. All right, I am learning all kinds of things about these spiny critters. So now I'm gonna learn how to clean one.
Yeah, right here, and then just pull out and twist.
Pull out, twist. Is that it? With the tail removed, you're going to want to remove the lobster's digestive tract, the old poop chute that runs the length of the tail. The best way to do that is to take a section of the antenna, which is prickly, like a wire brush. Push that antenna up through the lobster's rectum until it pushes that digestive tract out the front of the tail.
Cool. Perfect. Next.
What's interesting about these guys, as opposed to an American lobster or Maine lobster, these Caribbean spiny lobsters really only have edible meat in the tail. Maine lobsters, you're obviously going to have those big claws up in the up on their front legs, and you're also going to be able to get more meat out of their body. Spiny lobsters just in the tail. Man, that's about it for us, guys. Man, we had an absolute ball out there. I need to work on my diving skills, but Captain Kip back here, can you see him? He's kind of in that doorway in there in the dark. First mate Chad sitting right over here. These guys worked hard for us all day long. Probably a lot harder than they needed to, honestly, because because of our subpar diving skills, but they worked hard and got it done. Captain Kip, first mate Chad out here on a dirty boat. I don't know why they call it that, actually. The boat's actually very nice. So you guys give them a look.
Like to get it dirty.
All right, that was absolutely awesome. I cannot wait to do it again. It's a shame I got to wait a year before I can go back down there and do that again. We're going to show you guys one of our favorite ways to cook lobster. For all the going and the diving and the getting, they're really difficult to go down there and get, but they're really, really easy to cook. They're really versatile. You can do a ton of things with them. We're going to show you just a quick and easy way to broil these lobster tails in a garlic butter sauce over a bed of fettucine alfredo, and it's going to be just absolutely awesome. Comes together in like 15 minutes. Simple dinner, really, really quick. Here's what we do first. Get your lobster tail, and we're going to get these guys ready to cook. You're just going to take a pair of game shears and run it right down the back of this carapace right here and cut this thing open. This is called butterfly in the shell. This is going to give you that nice restaurant quality presentation like you used to see when you go out and pay a whole bunch of money for these lobster tails. Take your time. You don't want to damage the meat at all doing this. Then reach in here from the bottom, keeping the meat whole in one piece, and just raise it up above the carapace, just like this. And leave it attached back here at the tail. So I'm not gonna pull it all the way out of this shell because we're going for a little bit of presentation here. And then you're gonna close that shell back up and lay that meat right on top. We're gonna season with salt and pepper. You'll take it a little bit easy with this stuff because that garlic butter sauce is just gonna give us most of the flavor that we're looking for. Now, we are going to whisk together our garlic butter sauce that we're gonna just kind of brush over top of this. That's gonna help it give it that really nice, that lobster meat, that really nice color when it comes out of there on broil. So we're gonna have a 1/4 cup of melted butter. I've got a teaspoon of minced rosemary here that we're gonna add to this. 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon minced thyme, fresh thyme, 2 or 3 cloves of finely chopped garlic. Then we want about a teaspoon of chopped parsley. Then we're gonna just kind of mix all this stuff together and make that sauce that we're just gonna brush over top of this lobster. My goodness. Oh, I'm so excited. We are going to just brush this stuff right over our lobster tails. Look at that. You already see where it gets the color when you cook it, don't you?
Yes.
Make sure we get some of these good bits in there.
No.
Get the outside too, y'all. Don't forget, just tickle the outsides with it. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, we can see
Oh
it.
yeah.
Look at that.
So here we go. We got this on broil. We're gonna put this 4 or 5 inches from the top. Let's go with 8 minutes, then we're gonna check these and make sure that we haven't overcooked them. You can overcook lobster. Be careful. 8 minutes on broil. Here we go. A little bit of heavy cream.
Never hurt nobody.
It hurts literally everyone. Heavy cream is very bad for you.
It's not good for your cholesterol.
Not good for your waistline.
But for lobster,
It's good for your palate.
we'll make an exception.
Once your butter melts, you're gonna add 1 whole cup of heavy cream and then bring this whole thing to a boil. Ooh. Smell like Olive Garden up in here.
The Olive Garden.
Olive Garden for the pasta, Red Lobster for the, you know, the lobster. As soon as this stuff starts to thicken, after about 5 minutes, we're gonna turn the heat off, add our cheese. Oh, buddy. Stir that in together. As soon as it melts, add the lemon, and this stuff's ready to go. My lobster tails are done. Come on, y'all. Got my special Dad or Ryan's grilling buddy oven mitt. Look at this stuff. Oh,
Hello.
son, look at that. I mean, the meat is like the perfect, absolute perfect color. Oh yeah, son, this is gonna be, I think 8 minutes was just the right amount. You can't tell, that looks so stinking good.
How about it?
All right, come over here real quick. We're gonna let those rest for just a second. Back over here real quick. This has been going for lax 11 seconds of being 5 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and call that good. It's thickening up, look at this. The consistency is right where we want it. I already turned the heat off. I'm gonna add in a full cup of fresh grated Parmesan, and we're gonna stir all this in together. This is gonna almost finish off our homemade Alfredo sauce. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Now I can see, now it's starting to look like a sauce. Yep. And now we're gonna add the juice from 1 lemon. Told y'all this dinner would come together real quick. Here we go, let's stir that all in together.
Next step.
Let's go ahead and add it to our bowl of pasta here real quick that we've had over here rested. Here we go. Pasta looks good almost by itself. Look at that. It's getting ready to look a whole lot better. What do y'all think?
Oh.
Homemade Alfredo.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, we got our bed of homemade fettuccine Alfredo. We're just gonna add our lobster tails right over the top of that and then call everybody in here because we are ready to eat, baby. Oh my goodness, look at that. Finish it off with a little bit of red pepper flakes right over the top just to kick that flavor up a notch. Oh man, that looks good. What do y'all think of that?
Woo.
Telling you. I mean that, seriously,
at
dinner
that.
in 15 minutes. Anybody want to come over to eat? Telling you.
Come on over.
Come on over.
How
All right.
excited are you, buddy?
How pumped are you for this,
You
dude?
love shellfish.
It's so good.
There's your big bite. What do you think?
It's so good.
Did we do it? We do good? And I have to get over here quick.
Woo-hoo. I'm pumped.
Goodness.
Boys, we
Mama,
got
do You better get over here before there's none.
Oh, I will. We nailed this one,
I'm
y'all.
gonna try this pasta.
That's a masterpiece right there, gentlemen.
I'm telling you what, from start to finish, hands down, one of my favorite trips ever, from going down and coaxing those things out of a hole and netting them and flying them back to Charlotte and cooking them up. Man, this meal is absolutely awesome. So go catch your own or get them from your local supermarket and try this recipe. You won't regret it. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you next time. God bless every one of you.